Greetings, everyone. My name is Addervale, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. It is time for version 1.9 levels and more. First, though, the rules. Keep in mind that currently the level queue is very packed, with over 30 plus levels made by 18 or 19 plus users. So today, like last week, there'll be no memes or reacts because I want to try getting through as many levels as possible. This always happens the 1 week or the week upon the release of a new major update. It used to be even more overwhelming, but I'm happy to say it's more manageable nowadays. So I'll be covering these levels for about 3 hours, showcase art, and then about 6 to 5.5 hours after that, I'll begin my playthrough of Somnibuster. And tomorrow morning, of course, is going to be Spark the Electric Jester, the other birthday request, this time by Jaden. So I'm going to stream Tedley, Oscar, Andrew, Cookie, Pixel Boy, Raccoon, Matthew, Sunflora, Minubi, Jaden, Jedok, Lepadio, all the other watchers who I missed, and anyone else along the way I missed, like lurkers. Thank you all for joining me this weekend. So let's begin with this stage. Roll Next Remake, Roll Stage by Fire Sawdust. 11 plays and a score 3. We got a lot of stuff to unpack. I'm gonna grab this just in case. Pretty start. I can already see the stacking backgrounds used to good effect. If there's anything you want to talk about in regards to indie games or whatever, go right ahead. Ooh, triple damage buster. You didn't have to be that nice and give me that. Sets my life to 0. Pixel Boy, you already sent a level last week. Please remember. I'll add your level to the queue, but please no more until I clear it out. Oh, that was fixed, Sunflora. That was a bug with version 1.9.1. That was... that answers my question. That was a bug in 1.9.1. That was fixed in 1.9.1.1. So they changed the okay. So they changed the graphics for the skull blocks. Oh wait, these act a little bit differently because they drain my health. If they were truly like the original skull blocks, they would insta-kill me. And I can't just damage booster them because they pierce through iframes. Whoops. Ooh, nice use of the column here. Aesthetically, this stage is already winning. It's not using too heavy use of the new layering system, but it's a sufficient use. Sorry. You need to roll jump. I get the roll jump timing off more because it's slightly different. That should have been... That bug should have been fixed with 1.9.1.1. Alright, Lauren. I do have to complete 3 more level packs before that, however. From 2 other people, I believe, and then, Gardevoir. I'm just warning you in advance, Lauren. And when I say 3 level packs, I mean pre 1.9. Once I get more time to get back to level packs in Mega Man Maker, I'll start going through them one by one. You got Crusher, Beat, Fusion. Score. Okay, go on, Jaden. Okay, solid start. Better than half the levels I covered last week. Although last week's levels were pretty decent. Second up is PP Pixel Art by FG Pay, aka Andrew. 31 plays, score -2. This isn't so much a level as it is pixel art. And I can't really see the left side. It's only this part of the pixel art. If we're just gonna make a piece like this, don't submit it as a level, just submit it as an artwork to my server. Otherwise, it's not that impressive of a pixel art anyways to justify making a whole level for it. The weapons being collectibles instead of getting the boss. Interesting. Number 3 up is Jewel Man's Illegal Mine by Murder Villain. 90 plays, score 22. I was gonna say this seems like a pre 1.9 level, then we have this elevator. Oh no! Pfft. Well, that's nice to hear. in regards to Echoes of Wisdom. That's a little bit jerkish placing it there like that. I like how when you defeat an enemy with the Slash Claw, they don't explode, or most of them don't explode, they just get slashed apart. As a matter of fact, as funny as that would be, hang on, let me get used to their pattern again. I like also how the level select team is different now. Or the online menu, I mean. Don't worry, Oscar, I already got your levels. Lorenzo was banned to the queue at 19th place. Fourth up is Devs, please don't turn me into a marketable plushie by Master48 with 262 plays and a score of 115. I see where this is going. Short, sweet, and to the point. Too late. I get the joke here. It explains itself. Fifth up is Glacial City by Hyperman number 1 with 367 plays and a score of 168. Good job, Hyperman. Time for an actual stage. You can look at the level queue to figure out which one I'm at. This is number 5. Not all levels are going to be short, I'm afraid. Not all levels are going to be very short, I'm afraid. Ooh, pretty. Bubble generator. Okay. Only weak point is the summoning mechanic. The AI in your summons is good or bad? I'm assuming by the way you're saying it, it's pretty good. Hey Sylv, welcome. Congrats on getting a job. I think Fire Sawdust made better use of the aesthetics, but this is not too shabby either. Alright, using the foreground to obscure that. If anything, I actually want the jump slide object, as it's good for indicating ahead of time what you have to do. The outside sections though, they're nice. A nice blend of old and new weapons. Hello, game idea guy. That's only half the issue, Jaden. I don't know if that'll work. The other issue is getting payment processors to actually accept the money. Oh gosh. Suddenly this has become noticeably harder. Oh, don't worry, I can see multiple ways people can make a 1-hour level in a week. If you want an example, look at some of the patio stages. You again? Let's do this fight again. Okay, that works. And it knocks off all the gems too. If you're designing a Metroidvania level, yeah, it can take longer for it to work. I see, some of the boss fights, according to Lauren in your pack, will have more than one phase. Oh, I think Roll Next remake was better, but this isn't too shabby either. I see, more indirect bosses or non-traditional ones. I'm all for that. Sixth up is Mission 1-9-0 by Korai or Chorai, with 37 plays and a score of 14. FYI, at least for this session, I am not using NSF replacements. Ah. Slash Kong does not pierce through the enemy guards, I'm afraid. It's not quite as good as the Magmal 2 variant. Oh no, get the bubble back. Taking the elevator up. Happy birthday. Interesting how the elevator is one of the few things in one of the few active objects in Maker which allows you to travel upwards. or transition upwards through screens. Those are kind of a rarity. Train! This is actually the first time I've seen the train used in action. There was no example level that showcased this, strangely enough. I mean, look at this. It doesn't pierce through the Sniper Joe shields. That kind of feels wrong. Oh, trying to lock me in, eh? Only 14 seconds. Oh yeah, heat damage. Infinite healing. Phew. It is fairly strong in terms of melee damage, taking out the phoenixes in 3 hits. Let's see how good this works. Burst water. If anything, this also functions as another pseudo-example level. Well, I say pseudo-example level, but to be honest, I feel like with each major update, and I've echoed the same criticism with the previous 2 or 3 ones, with the previous 3 ones, there needs to be more example levels present in Maker for each new major update. As we witnessed with this one, several major features are not showcased properly. One good example was of course the trains, to a lesser extent burst water. I know they can't showcase everything, but at least could they showcase the major features? Of course. Like if we're going to run down of many of the major features, this stage does a pretty fine job. Oh, spikes. That's the one criticism I have with the stage, is that that screen needs to be reworked a bit. Like, the sun gap over here, it's like the same thing where I complained in a previous stage about entering the next screen and there being a bed of spikes. Oh, again, I misremembered. I thought the blocks were one more tile to the right. Again, this is supposed to show they're invisible, but that isn't the way I do it. I'm guessing I have to make sure the block transitions over to the next screen. Like so. And it didn't quite work. See, if I fall here, it's fine, but, died too many more times than I should have there, but... as long as the Iceman plushie is standing on the same platform as I, it won't start cracking. As the sections... I think it was supposed to transition or something, because otherwise, suddenly we have a breakage in a hole. Like, if the moving block is supposed to move to that screen, it'll work fine. A cashier, eh? Ah, I thought it was a bit slower. Welp. Rapid firing Iceman here is a little bit risky though because of how... not really. Hey, what did you... I don't think this was intended, by the way. Whoops. Up? Hello? Get me back up. I don't think it reset the state of that acid canister. It was supposed... if it was like the regular water sections, it should reset the state of that object. Nope, doesn't quite hit. Thank you, Lorenzo. It'll be the 20th level on the queue. The way things are going. Oh gosh. Mega Man 5 M-Tank moment. Sorry, a lot of levels this week. Fuse Man. Getting easier to dodge when he activates speed gear. I saw an example of several of the major features of 1.9. Decent work. Although the last section with the obscured blocks / invis blocks needs to be reworked a bit. I believe that last screen should have been part of the same section, otherwise there's an abrupt gap and a leap of fate. 7th up is Tangu Tower Gardens by Roger 2, 187 plays and a score of 74. More highly regarded levels as of late. It follows the ground, eh? That could have some uses. Blue and green. No ceiling, so I can't maximize this effectiveness. Suddenly Burner Man. That is decently strong, I think. Level Q / to playlist. It's in the description below if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. Oh yeah, Jaden, you said you had something to talk about in regards to Freaks Jam? Or the overall Super Freaks verse? What do you mean only 4 stuff on the queue? What queue are you looking at? What do you mean there's only 4 things? I see 20 things on there. Not to mention all the other stuff that's unsorted. I'm looking at it right now, it's open. Like, I have it on my side, I see 20. Okay, don't grit this. Acid, eh? Could someone else check the to-play list or level queue just to make sure there's more than 4 things? Like, I can bring it up right now if you want. Just as a demonstration. A decent level. Alright, here's a level queue. See? 20 levels on the queue. No, this is the same document. I will correct this thing though, that's a little bit inaccurate. Oh, the 1.8 kind. I think you can. You have to double check the changelog. As I said, take the direct link when you go open up the document under the description. That should take you there directly there. Anyways, let's see, Tedley, you already have your level in the queue right over here, so it's fine. Anyways, that's showcasing a level queue. Let's actually get back to levels. Again, if you take the direct link, it should take you directly to this tab. Well, let me check then. Let's see. Normal browsing takes me there. Private browsing, it also takes me there. See, I checked this on normal browsing and private browsing. If I take the direct link, it takes me directly to this tab. I think it's a browser incompatibility issue. Regardless, okay. Regardless, if you're not taken there, just go to stream the hashtag 296. Let me see what happens if I change the order. I've changed a few things and fixed as much as I could. By this point, if it doesn't take you to the full level queue, this is a browser incompatibility issue. Okay, to Jaden. You mean Freak's World. That's the Pac-Man world like 3D Scruffy game by Miles 3D or Miles Games. Anyways, let's actually continue. 8 Up is Plushies for Dummies by Casual Returns with 382 plays and a score of 170. Another very well regarded level, this time a Plushies tutorial stage. Cutman gets launched further ahead. Iceman freezes the water. Gutsman breaks through blocks like that. The super arm blocks. Woodman gets burned by the fire, any fire source. Shooting Quickman prevents any force beams from activating. Topman spins like a top when launched. Bearman climbs through the sand. Maybe I should have launched it too far. Stone Man just crumbles. Plant Man creates a plant barrier. Sorry, buoys. Grenade Man's launched by explosions. He's launched upwards. Duo. Smash Woman disignites fire. Or takes out the fire. Galaxy Man floats along. Or hovers along. Bounce Man's really affected by bouncing. Sheepman has... When Sheepman touches electricity, they create the fuse shield. Punk turns into a chainsaw. And here's the rest of the gang. Doesn't have any special functions, just looks cute. Let me try speedrunning this. I know there's been kind of a small speedrunning scene for this. You don't need to repeat the statement, Lauren. I see your message. Let's see. Yeah, if you just go straight down... Yeah, here's the problem. If you don't do the shot correctly, it can fall off the switch, as Lauren and Sylviana said, thus forcing a soft lock and a reset from checkpoint. And when I say checkpoint, I mean start the stage. Lol. Otherwise, besides an issue with the grenade plushie section, the rest was finally done. Nice showcase of the major features of the new plushies. Could have some more advanced setups, but this is Plushies for Dummies, not Plushies for intermediate or advanced players. Using concrete shot when he's crumbled. I suppose that restores him. Yeah, that could easily be fixed by just having 2 buttons. It's not like that room couldn't have that. Someone sent this along, so I'll check it out. I know it's really old, but why not? 9th up is Mega Man X Intro Stage by Nitro Rocket with 2,153 plays and a score of 618. I mean, might as well, it seems like I never beat it. But it's supposed to be a recreation of Mega Man X's intro stage from the early era of Maker, so a lot of the features that would make it more accurate or more enjoyable aren't here yet. And for the looks of it, it's not even trying to be better adapted for classic gameplay style. They didn't remember to include the pit. I would have preferred to have sliding, but X doesn't start with the dash. What are the equivalents to the Jaminger is going to be? The Yamasees. The car bots. Here's the Dake Roll dropping in. AKA the airship. And now Vile in his right armor. This time though it's winnable, it's more like Maverick Hunter X. You're welcome, Fire Sawdust. That was pretty fun. 9 Souls I've heard a lot of good things about, so that is on my eventual to playlist. Did Mega Man Extreme come out before X2 or after? I'm just saying in Mega Man X he didn't start with a dash. Extreme has kind of some strange design decisions. I wouldn't say it's better than the base X. We'll eventually play Extreme 2, however. 10th up is Electro Fortress by Mr. Bouncer. 337 plays and a score of 135. I will say this. All the levels I played so far are better than the levels we usually see in the most popular queue. At the very least, they all feel like actual stages. Well, barring FG Pay's level. And the marketable plushie level by Master 48. But that was more of a joke stage anyways. Well, speaking of navigators, once again, thank you for acting as my de facto navigator for X8 16-bit Sylv. And yes, I already defeated Cupman on screen. I'll have to practice for Serenade. Because, I never actually beat Serenade or reached Serenade in Mega Man Battle Network 3. If you're wondering why, answer is, grinding. I want to stop and point out different background layers. We have the scaffolding in front of us, the layering that Mega Man's standing on, decorations also including the lamppost, and in the background we have the... Let's see, we have the power transmission lines, the transformers, 2 different layers of transformers actually. Over here, a little bit in one layer in the background, and then we have the moving clouds even further back. A fine use of the new background layering system. Okay, use normal shots to break the armor. Thank you. In Classic, I honestly believe the hardest part of the fight is the first phase, before he even does his critical. Almost. Ice Wave was already fairly strong in 8, and I'm glad they kept it. He's gonna go back. G to the G. They won't sell. Let's do takedowns first. It's cheaper. It has a similar aesthetic, Lauren, but stage design wise, it is quite different compared to Roll Next Remake. Or the other electric stage, which I'm forgetting. Okay, decent. The reason for that, Jaden, is because that was made within 2 weeks. So it's a game jam, so of course the level design feels a bit short. As for whether Freaks World ends up being a full game, if you want a game with a somewhat similar gameplay style, check out Team Sleigh Bells. Well, then the anime staff can send a cease and desist, because who owns the anime? Yeah, I know that Serenade transcends the concept of gender. They have some very interesting. The mythology behind Serenade is pretty interesting. Oh, that's cool, game idea guy. Congrats. Welcome to stream, LB0. As I was saying, Jaden, Freaks World was completed within 2 weeks, or partly completed within 2 weeks as part of a game jam. Will it be completed? I'm not sure. But if you want a game that has a similar gameplay style by the same creator, check out Team Sleigh Bells. Also, Jaden asked you a question. The question was, will you be checking out the game 9 Souls? Congrats, LB. In the anime, it was Officer Jenny, one of them. 10. Okay. 11th up is Kimala Jewel Chamber by Jenox74. 33 plays and a score of 19. Thank you for the clear and concise answer, Sylv. I hope that's enough, Jaden. And before anyone else asks, yes, in the future I will play 9 Souls. But only after a bunch of other Metroidvania. But only after a bunch of several other Souls-inspired Metroidvanias. I'll answer your question in a moment, but I think someone else should also answer that. Excuse me. Playing Hollow Knight is an already confirmed thing. Excuse me. Like so many Metroidvanias and non-Metroidvanias of the past few years have been inspired directly or indirectly by Hollow Knight. I've already played a few of them on this channel, so I might as well check out the main inception/inspiration. And I already own it too. Same with Symphony of the Night, to be fair. Yes, the recolored water. It's great. Oh my goodness, that's actually pretty good. At full power. I don't blame yourself. From everything I've heard about the game, it's one of those Metroidvanias where it's relatively more easy to get lost in. Doesn't help that you need to find and purchase maps. I don't know how I feel about that. There's some Metroidvanias where it's not too difficult to get lost in due to how they're designed or how well they give you the maps. And then there's some which are really easy to get lost in. Hollow Knight's more along the lines of that latter category. I know, right, Lorenzo? I'm getting to there. That is one game that it's definitely on my list. I am not gonna skip it. I need to in that case, I need to reorganize my 1000 plus game backlog list so I can actually prioritize stuff. Like, there are certainly some games which will take much more priority over something like, for example, Fallen Leaf. And then there are some games I really want to play before others so that I can better get the inspirations and whatnot. And the design philosophies and design evolutions. Like how I want to play Toho Luna Nights before Dead Lead in Wonderland. Before I want to play Record of Lotus War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. I probably horribly butchered the title for that. That's what I was saying earlier, Sunflower. It should have been fixed. I didn't see anything, Zen. Funfair Park, you said. Well, if I have time. Let's see. Hang on, I'll see what you mean, Tedley, after I'm done with this level. I use the creator name. Basically, when I saw the level title, I also picked the level creator name in-game. Okay, so this actually pierces through the big shields of these guys. Yeah, pretty aesthetics, although doesn't quite hold a candle to 2 other stages. Oh boy. It's never been? And that may have been an error on my part then. That has happened before. Let's check. Yeah, that was my mistake. I don't know where this came from actually. Wait, hang on a sec. Oh, I see it. Let me show you something. I get the reason why I named it that way. Okay. Here is WebMega's website for Mega Man Maker. This is the one of the level IDs that's on the list. And it links to the level creator Mega Man Ashes of Hope. Typically, when I'm not in game, most of the time when I'm not in game, when I'm sent a level ID, I look it up on WebMega's website and take the username from here. And this is the username present. So, that's why I said Mega Man Ashes of Hope, because that's what it's said over here. And this website pulls from the game's servers. So, my answer to that question is I advise you to also ask someone else. Any suggestions for level up teams? That depends on what kind of pack you want to do. I'm going to ignore the traditional elements of fire, ice, water, electricity, air, earth. So let's see. Let's go for something less traditional. How about poison? Let's see. Poison, magnetism, museum, barrier, medical lab. Those 4 could be neat. So, but thank you for pointing it out. From here on out, I'll switch it over to your name. This is one of the weird things to Maker sometimes. Okay, we're back. We're hammering through the levels pretty quickly, it seems. 12th up is Space Trio Fight by Oscar. 20 plays, score of 9. Bounce Bands of Space? I guess this works. Well, just the boss fight against those three. Any gimmicks or any suggestions for the gimmicks or for the teams? Well, if you already have the teams set in place, you can probably figure out you can already probably narrow down the gimmicks already. Like, if you want me to ask suggestions for Ice and Water, use the Iceman plushie to freeze the water. Poison, use the new acid sections as well as the fire. Mountain, rock gimmicks, rock falls. Fire Museum, I guess you can use the heat sections and plushies. Elect Desert, use the fuse lasers and generators like that, etc. Alright, hang on. I don't know. Ask someone else about that. For the next stage, it has some NSF replacements, so let me add those in. Alright. They all the same face. 13th up is Storm Eye Sanctuary by Minubi. 21 plays and a score of 7. Luckily, most of the stages, all the stages so far have a reasonable length, and none of them are fairly lengthy. was being silent there so I could hear the music. Again, to Jaden and anyone else who is temporarily leaving and is waiting on me to say something, please tell me that you're heading out temporarily or going off on a break, so you don't miss half or most of the conversation. Fire up ahead. Like with that statement, I was talking specifically to Lauren. This place is roasting. Get some healing. Like next time you have to head out, please let me know, Jaden. I know you want me to talk about you have a few discussion topics in mind. Well, in regards to Europa and the detective, yeah. Those are commercial characters, so you'll have to ask the original creators for that. Yeah, 1.9 levels. More likely than you think. We actually get to cover a bunch of 1.9 levels this week, as opposed to last week, where we had a mixture of 1.8 and 1.9. No, I couldn't see the spike ball. A bunch of cool stuff has been showcased already, to the point where I already kind of know what my favorite level is going to be, but I have 6 candidates for honorable mentions. This is one of them. See, I couldn't see that was coming up, so I made my jump and got bonked off of it. Mega Ghosts and Ghouls indeed. This stage is canonically donut-shaped. That's an interesting random factoid. Oh, Telltale Kaizos? I already saw one that was almost died, Kaizo. I'm just kidding. If we want something that's Kaizo, we need a bubble section combined with a rush jet section. Truly Telltales. Combined with jump jump slide slide. M. That was bad. No. Ow. It's kind of difficult to see when he's going to do his attacks with the rain in the background and the stuff obscuring the foreground. battle of slashes, and I came out victorious. With the help of the V-Tank. This had 2 NSF replacements, one for the stage and one for the boss fight. I just used the ones that Minubi sent me. If you want to complain about the music, send your complaints to them. GG, a little bit too much obscuring stuff in the foreground for my taste, but it works. In fact, this is also another decent stage, and one of my honorable mention candidates. Hey Buster, welcome. We're going through a lot of Veersmith levels today. 14 top is okay. If you want me to do one level of your level pack, sure, I'll do it, Tedley. I didn't get to say it earlier, but welcome to the stream, Dawson and Solancer. 14th up is Mega Man, Dr. Tedley's Attack, DTN 005, Bramble, Normal, by Tedley. 8 play, score of 2. Oh, having one of those days. I know how you feel. I had one of those last week. It wasn't fun. Grabbing these just in case. I don't plan on using them though, to be fair. Green forest with water. Once again, singing the praises of the decoration system newly added 1.9. It adds a lot of the life to the stages. Nope, that boss team was used for Mega Man 8 Woodman. As a reminder, tonight I'll begin my playthrough of Somnibuster. And tomorrow morning, Spark the Electric Jester. I will warn you all that both of those will not be 100% playthroughs, unless I really like those games. There are so many games to cover that I can't really afford to just 100% everything I come across. Heck, even Dead of a Wish I didn't 100% either. There are plenty of things I missed there, and, well, certain elements I didn't try out because I'm not skilled enough in that game. Like, there are at least 3 entire modes which I didn't even showcase. Yeah, almost every single 1.9 stage I played today looks at the very least pretty decent, or pretty good. I have easier to please taste in terms of aesthetics and graphics like this. Like before, was you can get some decent to good aesthetics, but here it seems a lot easier with the new background layering systems. Like, barring 1 or 2 stages, every stage that was made in 1.9 or post 1.9 feels like it's a step up in terms of graphics. The difference is night and day for a lot of these sections. Oh. Hello, Master 48. Welcome to the stream. I actually played your level, Devs, please don't turn me into a marketable plushie. I played that earlier in the stream. Pretty funny. Someone else submitted it. Well, it seems fairly well regarded now. Congrats. As for this stage, I was worried this is gonna be worse than it actually was, but then I realized, wait. Okay. But then I realized, wait, this is a level by you, Tedley. I confused you with a different level designer who was not as good at this. I didn't realize that that wasn't solid. Okay, if you fall off the ladder, that's still a very tight fall. Fairly precise fall. You may want to loosen that. Too late. You're getting turned into a marketable Eevee plushie. Wrong way. Yeah, I would loosen it to make it one square or one block there. It doesn't need to be that tight. I think it was made that tight by accident, really. Like, the rest of the ladder falls are tight enough. You don't need to make it that ultra tight. So I'm just gonna skip this for now. Okay. That is funny. Okay, we're back here. I think it is possible to do that fall, but it's very precise. There's very little room for error, so I would change that. The rest of the ladder falls feel like they have half a block of error, or like 8 pixels. Assuming that the tile is about 16 pixels, block or tile. This one feels like 1 or 2. I will get back to Magmal Tree after I finish a bunch of other projects, because oh goodness, in less than 2 weeks will be the start of this next Steam Next Fest, and oh my goodness. The stage itself was kind of eh. The most valuable part were the graphics, aesthetics. Let's see. Kinda lowers the bar for making more mechanically complex stages, or I can see where you're coming from. By allowing for more eye candy levels, it allow more levels to be made which kind of suffer on the mechanical front. But more fully flesh out the graphical front. And I can see the issues there. Like, at least for the levels I played today, most of them are mechanically enjoyable, but I can assume on the most popular queue and as time goes by, we're gonna have a lot of levels which are just quote-unquote eye candy, but fail on a mechanical level. See, for example, the typical fare on the most popular queue, which I always question how it gets there. I think what Butters mean. Okay, Butters already explained it. I think what Butters is saying is that with the introduction of the background layering system, more people are just going to focus on making pretty levels over mechanically enjoyable ones. Or pretty but mechanically vapid. They have been there since the game's inception, sure, but it's just going to lower the bar into making that. You're welcome, Ted. You're welcome, Tedley. For that, Lauren, my answer is I don't know. One important message I will say is that when designing your levels and level packs, make sure to take advice from a variety of sources, not just one or two. I think Butters has a point, but at the same time, people will also start to... Now that it's easier to make better looking levels, people's minimum bar is going to be raised as well. So the expectation for decent looking levels is going to become more apparent. "15th up is MMCMR Truster Man by It's Cookie, 39 play score of 10. Thanks for joining in, Tedley. And here's the thing, Lauren. I played several hundred stages in between your stage and now. And unfortunately, your level is one of the more forgettable ones, so I barely remember your level. Keep in mind, in this Mega Maker LP series, I've covered thousands upon thousands of levels, most of which are forgettable. Or even if they're good, or even if they're halfway decent, I've likely forgotten about them. Only the real memorable ones I still remember. My memory isn't that good to just remember to hundreds upon hundreds of levels. If I had that good level of recall, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably have a very different occupation, or I'd be playing a lot of grand strategy games instead. Again, this is no offense to you, it's just with the sheer number of levels I covered on Maker on a week-to-week basis, or month-to-month basis, year-to-year basis. Most of the levels I will forget about, I'm afraid. Such is the nature of this. Like growing up, I couldn't imagine playing hundreds upon hundreds of Mega Man levels, different Mega Man levels, in the future. Three at the same time, eh? X platforms, wind platforms, and spikes. Or rather, when I say wind platforms, I mean fans. Also, the floating spike balls. Youch. That seems like more than 7 damage. Oh yeah, Proto. Well, and picks a boy who may be paying attention or not. Wildermid will return eventually one day. Oh my goodness, that worked very well. Bye! Nope, I was trying to jump off. Hey Vincenzo. It's just a joke there. If anything, I was doing the joke on the wrong user, so my apologies. Slop will always be slop, I'm afraid. The worst kind is the unenjoyable one. Like, there is enjoyable rompy fests, but... oh gosh. Yeah, no, I'm not dealing with that. Oh gosh, now it two-shots me. Well, I got knocked into it. I'm afraid I can't recall what I said your best level was off the top of my head. Okay, this is the part of the stage where I regret picking Proto Man. I really wish there was a way I could fast forward through Proto Man's whistle. Because I don't think the spike balls are supposed to be that deadly. I'm not supposed to have this technically, but... I mean, look at the damage. I should have done Mega Man. The spike balls are normally supposed to deal about 5 damage. Here it's dealing 10, which is... yeah. Oh boy. Haha. Can't touch this. Damageless. You got Jet Boost. AKA one of the best weapons, non-traditional weapons in the game. In NRS3, Proto Man was banned because the whistle took too long. Yeah. It's not so bad in regular gameplay, but if you have to reset quite a bit or die repeatedly, that becomes annoying. They should have implemented something like Magwell Tree where you can just fast forward through the ready screen. I would rather you use your birthday game request for a different game, Jaden. Something that is less known, I suppose. come on, Lauren. Can you at least make funnier material? NATO is good in every... NATO is so powerful that it's good in almost every stage. Namely because you can keep chaining it as long as you start the next one before the first one finishes. I thought it was going to be kind of a interesting gimmicky weapon, but then I realized its true power very quickly on, and it just absolutely tears apart levels. When I think Great Offensive, I think like Great Cave Offensive or War Game. Alright. Same. Kirby. Keep in mind it's Great Offensive. Kaizo is one of those things where you either like it or... Kaizo is one of those things where it seems to be only 3 positions. You like it, you hate it, or you're ambivalent to it. Alright, I'm gonna take a short pause because it's been almost 2 hours. I'll be right back in 5 minutes. And I have returned. The music you were listening to were the introductory stage and one of the RM teams from Mega Man Perfect Blue. Music composed by R.R. Teal. So 16th level on the lineup is Roll's Hawaii Vacation Chaos by King Mart 64. 78 plays and a score 24. Welcome to stream, Mr. Chill. Just going through a lot of levels. 1.9 release hype. Meme. How about Jet Hadouken? Also, why would Mega Man need that when he has the Hadouken? And the Shuriken. Oh, the levels. I think it was pretty fun. Scarier than I expected in several spots. There was one a little bit annoying spot, but that was more due to playing as Proto Man really than Mega Man. Like I basically played hard mode. But it's actually one of my favorite levels of the episode, at least mechanically speaking. But it's gonna be kind of hard to pick a favorite or honorable mention this episode because of the heavy use of new assets that hasn't been fully explored yet. Like, many of the uses are just basic to intermediate right now, some being nicer, but in the future, as people get used to the new stuff being added, it'll really separate the good stuff from the just so-so. I don't, Jaden. It was already wearing 10 halfway through. If you want a true weapon capsule relay level, take a look at Gokulus' Palace levels. They're like a fully realized version of Weapon Capsule Relay, and a lot more enjoyable. As for this stage, it was made before 1.9. I'm guessing it's a joke level. 17th up is Aqua Battleship by Sunflora Zumaril. 15 plays, score 0. Split. I love Pirate Man. Actually, it has been a while. And I don't want to do Proto Man. Base will make the stage too easy. And this is so this is how you turn on and off the water. And this is one of Sunflora's levels. I can reliably believe that this will be at the very least decent. Oh. Nope, undershot. Gonna use the rock throw. Sequence breaking. Well, not really sequence breaking because I made myself. Here's the thing, it didn't actually make it easier, it made it harder. so you can't really argue that it's the cheese. Yeah, that'd be a good place for a trickster token. Forcing players to use a special weapon instead of taking the usual route. Oh no. Oh no. Eep. Washed away. Like the laundry. The Trickster tokens are one of the main collectibles in Magmal Tree. That's good to know. Slow waterfall. Oh yeah, to answer your question, Buster, let me think about it. I want at least Wishy for the end of the Tier 8. I'll think about when to have you on. Like, I know Wishy has quite a bit of things to say about the last stage in Tier 8. Right now, there's a lot of things I need to edit and whatnot, so I want to clear those out first. That's how we get double E-tanks. Yeah, teaching us that we can pull it forwards. Or rather, take it with us. Although this doesn't really make heavy use of the 1.9 stuff, it's still pretty fun. This time I want to avoid turning back on the water. Unless I manage to glitch it out. Like... Yes! I did it! Pro speedrunning strats. That's why I placed the block there to try desyncing it. It worked like a charm. Oh, what level am I on right now? Let's see... 17th. Yours is 20th. I will be able to get to yours, assuming that the levels in between are just super long. What I like about this stage is that there are multiple ways to get through these challenges. Oh, nice thing hiding it away here. As I was saying, I like this stage because there's multiple ways to approach these challenges, and none of them, and even the alternate ways, don't really feel cheesy. They are on Nintendo DS, I think. For example... I'm dead, aren't I? Yeah. Need to turn back on the water. For example, going through the underwater sections without the water and vice versa. But they're not really cheesy because they also had their own challenges. There we go. Nope, that's not a requirement. This is interesting because I like its mechanical design and the multiple ways of approaching these challenges. Okay, I see the problem. If I touched that, I would have been dead. Interesting. That wasn't that hard. Ooh. Regular water. Don't get crushed. They're not like the base droppers in Kroby's mod. They don't... Unlike those... These will not damage you. I see what they want me to do here. Oops. This did certainly take quite a amount of thinking in order to build this. The thing is, Buster, unlike the other cheeses, this isn't really cheesing it too much. I guess, unless you're counting like the optional sections for collecting those things. There's a lot of clever and fun stuff here. I don't know if this is intended, but I'm doing it this way. And no, I'm not grabbing that E-tank. Fair enough. Again, I appreciate when the stage does it and it doesn't quite... Again, I appreciate when the stage allows me to do these things while not feeling like it's become super easy. And yes, I know I missed something on the left side. Typically when I cheese a level, it's something that's relatively easy to do or not that difficult to Typically, it's either relatively... Oh my goodness, wait. That's so much easier. Burst Man is so much easier to roll. Okay, let me repeat what I was saying. When I usually achieve a stage, I'm usually referring to an action that's relatively easy to pull off, or when I pull it off, it breaks the stage and makes it so much easier. This isn't quite one of them. You do turn around. The stage still maintains its difficulty roughly, it's just an alternate means. Most common roll moment. As much as I criticize Roll's dodge roll, she's a beast against most bosses. And we're out of here. Longest stage of the episode right now. The submarine sinks. The battleship sinks. GG. Currently my favorite level of the episode. Good job, Sunflower. Kind of funny because it doesn't quite use any of the new assets from 1.9. Maybe it does in the back end, but I didn't really see the major stuff. I like the mechanic. It's not quite as visually impressive as a bunch of the new levels we've seen today, but mechanically speaking, it's pretty fun. Not too difficult, fairly well thought out water gimmick, although I wish it was taken a little bit further. Climax could have been a little bit more involved. And I appreciate how it incentivizes you to explore and experiment, and gives you multiple avenues to go through the stage. Some are easier but slower, others are faster but harder. 18th up is Laboratory RWBH-91 by Sharkman XC, 74 plays and a score of 29. Look at the list then. Look at the level queue. I'm saying that because for these sorts of questions you can easily check it. And the answer is yes. If you're not willing to understand that, I'm not going to try keep giving you suggestions or assistance. Again, all the other level designers that come here before you have understood that with some help. You ought to do the same, Lauren. No, they're looking at the right list. What's happening? Oh no. What's happening is they're looking at the bottom part. Ooh. The stage mid boss was called the Blue Hogali. Hiding the E-tag like that. Buster or someone else, can you walk them through how the level queue works? I feel they have a better shot than not me. Oh, of course, making them immune to Triple Blade so I wouldn't break the boss. They knew about that. This was kind of a shorter level, and it's... I don't know. It didn't have a fun use with the aesthetics, two fun uses, but compared to what we've seen before on a mechanical or aesthetic basis, it kind of pales. It's not bad, it's just forgettable. Alright, let's do this. 19th up is Postcode Alpha Stage 1 versus Bruler Left Flame by Arsonist. 9 plays, score of 2. After your level, make sure to listen to what Buster is saying for the explanation. Well, that's the nature of it, Lauren. Level packs require more investment, and unless they're from a more known author, people are likely gonna ignore them. Indeed, it is fire. Can't blame you, Buster. Welcome to stream, Mr. Scarday. I will play through a level pack after I'm done with the two previous ones. One or two previous ones. Okay. So it's like a robot museum. Initially it was kind of like a enemy wave, series of enemy waves. Okay. That's how we grab the key. I'm gonna expand on that concept, Zen. The levels I dislike, or rather, it's not why I exactly dislike them. I dislike the disproportionate amount of attention that the SMB 1-1 or similar recreation levels and walking simulators get over levels that actually put some effort, a lot more effort into it. I'm not referring to the autoplay levels because they have some effort usually. I'm talking about like the hold right and the stage finishes itself. Oh. Here's the thing. You can transfer or port levels from other games over to Maker, but there's an art to it to actually make it work so the adaptation fares correctly. Frankly, the laziest sort of recreation levels are directly recreating levels from Mega Man Classic games. Like, I say laziest because you can just directly translate them with little to no changes, and it requires the least amount of effort. At least if you're transferring something like from another NES game, like Donkey Kong or whatever, it requires more tact to it, as evidenced by Oscar's works. Oh no, down, down, down. I see, that's how we loop back. Interesting. But I do want the elevator down there so I don't fall. Levels that push the boundaries of the engine don't nearly get so much attention as they should. One of the likely facts is that the skill ceilings for them are often high. True. Now, you can make levels which push the boundaries that aren't too difficult, but as you explore more and more stuff in the engine, that becomes harder to accomplish. So they end up being so those sorts of levels end up being more Kaizo-ish, so to speak. Which is a shame. You know how I'm kind of bad at Kaizo levels, but I'm not gonna just diss them and downvote them all the time. They have their place. Yeah, that's basically where I'd place a Trickster's token if this was a Magmal stage. Credit where credit's due, I do like that secret. Alright, one way. We get to fight you again. But it's an unfortunate part of the Maker community that harder levels in general, harder and or more complex levels in general, tend to get downvoted. Anything that requires more investment, basically. Not always, but... typically the levels that get most upvotes are ones that are made as a joke, are fairly simple or straightforward to get through, are made by a fairly well-regarded level creator or a streamer. They get lucky or there's some sort of reference that made it hit the queue. And or a mixture of all of those 5 or 6 things. I swear this is part of the reason why Lepadio gets so many upvotes with their stages, even when their later stages and packs all tend to be on the Died Kazu side. If Lepadio or Felipe wasn't as well regarded, their stages would get downvoted to oblivion, most of them, or completely ignored. High fire. Run, we set the place on fire! Round 2. Now as Fireman, this is Brûleur Le Flame. Brûleur Le Flame. Oka is interesting that all the levels seem most of the levels seem interesting. It's just that I don't have the skill set or patience. Now's not the time, Flame Weldy. Round tree. Did you have to make them so weak to the Buster? They don't need to be this weak, especially for the final fight. Okay, make them take double damage, but not that high. Thank you, all caps. It's fun you're saying all caps. Wait, 5-0? Okay, before I do that, let me say this, my thoughts on this level. You didn't tell... I understand the first boss being easy, but it doesn't have to be that easy. Also, until now you didn't tell... I don't recall you telling me that this is the first stage. As for the stage itself, as a road museum, it's okay. Like, it certainly has a challenge and neat flow to it, and I appreciate its windiness, as well as that secret down below for the E-Tank. But, gimmick-wise, it's just, eh? Like, most of the other saves seen in this episode have better developed their mechanical depth. This one is just starting out. It says Postcode Alpha Stage 1. That could also mean Fortress Stage 1. Lauren, you need to understand, I played hundreds upon hundreds of levels. I can't recall every one. I only remember the more memorable ones. Keep in mind, when I see Postcode Alpha Stage 1, I think, oh, this is Postcode Alpha, a Fortress level, so Fortress Stage 1. So let me hang on a sec. While I get this checked, I don't think you meant to send this. I think it's... I think there was an error there. Great, I will do a level with a German title. You know what would be the... I can't wait for someone to try saying a level with a Japanese title. It's fine, there's some other levels in the queue. And here's the thing, Lauren. Okay, it is a step up, it has 3 or 4 gimmicks, but they were minorly used. Not really that... Outside maybe the elevator, they weren't really that well used. And the climax was really at best. Again, Lauren, a stage just having more gimmicks doesn't automatically make it better. Alright, let's try this out. Oh. Okay, you fixed it, thank you. Let's see if I have enough time to actually cover it. 20th up is Explosive Fuse Factory by Lorenzo VD. 57 plays and a score of 12. Alright, take turns. I would like to see a level pack where all the levels are written in a different language. Promising. On it. Already have seen those, Pixel Boy. Oh gosh, this is not a good position. Yeah, I took way too much damage. Good start showing how these work. Although for the third uses, I'd place over a pit of spikes, so if you take damage by the explosion, you won't instantly fall into the abyss and die. Now let's try doing this the correct way. Corrector. Oh, poor Thomas. All for one, did it perish? Not sure. Also, apparently there's a mega mod which combines multiple mods' contents together. I've heard something about that. Ah, okay. Well, I guess I'm dead. Eventually one day I will check it out. Oh my. I see where this is going. Not like that. Okay. So I do want to fall down here. All for One, according to you, All for One is basically a Mega Mix engine in Mega Maker, but with more bosses, enemies, and a lot more music. But they didn't ask for permission for Magmal assets, although that hasn't stopped people before. I think the true reason why the mod has perished got discontinued is because 1.9 was released, and that's introduced a lot of new assets that have to be worked with. Will All for One return? Maybe. More likely it's going to be a successor for All for One. Maybe All for Two? Rip. It is hard to compete with something that is very polished versus something that is its approach to polish is very scattershot. I'm not gonna say everything there is terribly implemented, but from what I've heard, the quality runs the gamut. There's also the Mega Maker Deluxe mod, which is a competitor, sort of. Maybe getting 1.9 patch. Too high. When you have that many assets in your mod and there's only a very small number of people working on it, very likely 1 or 2 core folks, the quality control is going to take a hit. The level of quality and polish is definitely going to take a hit. Not everyone has the spare time to work on free mods after all. Oh my goodness. I thought I made it out, but I climbed on the exact frame I perished. There's Blade Man that crashes your game. Yeah, it has a lot of... I'm not gonna fault them out. I'm not gonna... let me put it this way. I'm not gonna criticize the amount of effort put into the mod, because there's clearly quite a bit of time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears placed into it. My thing is, if there are that many assets and new pieces of content added, of course, the level of average quality and polish is gonna suffer, because there's only a limited amount of time and money you can spend on something. And not everyone can spend hours upon hours working on free mods. Pixel perfect failure indeed. This is another stage which really stands out to me in terms of its gimmick use. We've had quite a few lightning stages, but this stands out because it's not like in a traditional lighting facility. This takes place in a facility that focuses on electricity, but is overgrown with vegetation. And it actually makes the use of its gimmicks in a way that is non-trivial, while also introducing, escalating, climaxing them all well, and segmenting them together well. See, I'm not sure if I want to make this my favorite leveled episode or Aqua Battleship. Like, mechanically speaking, I think this... Well, okay. Apparently got hit into it and crushed. 2 pixels. I mean, both can do it. And FYI, I never played ZX Advent. That's fair enough, all caps. With the release of 1.9, there's plenty of things you can play around with now. Many new things. Let me put it this way. Aqua Battleship I felt had better aesthetics. But this one, I think, makes more heavy use of its mechanics. Or when I say mechanics, I mean level objects. And they interact in more creative fashion, I'd say, compared to the water and stuff. So it's kind of a toss-up, I'm afraid. And that activates that. Danger! Fuse man. Oh boy. Of course. Aha. Cutting past the wires. Sheesh, over 20 levels covered in the same stream. We're getting close to the record. You're welcome, Lorenzo. Thank you for sending this. I'll mark this as being the co-favorite episode, along with Sunflora's. Really, I don't have any criticisms for it. Like, maybe the aesthetics could be better, but right now it's almost good to good. Which is to say, you already beat out 99.70% of the levels submitted to Maker. 21st up is Tournament minus Hard by Dawson13106. 4-play, score 0. There was a Darius in the room, but Fuse Man ate it. That's to be expected, Jaden. I believe in Sturgeon's Law, and even on top of that, most levels, or most pieces of content submitted to any sort of free server. When you have a service or a website or whatever that barely has quality control, most of the content submitted there is going to be not good. Like, oh, I feel like only 10% is going to be just okay. That's one. So, Battle Arena. Can't hit me. Okay, now you can. That's 2 down. Who's next? Those are all the spectators. Hey, Darkman. Oh no. Stop pushing me in there. I just want to be up. Yes, perfect. He's the hardest of the bunch, so I think we're in good shape now. Okay, in the quarterfinals. Oh, the balls. Oh, that's... I didn't notice there was a solid... I didn't notice there was barriers. See, I thought this was actually part of the background again. Good question. Will we have a 1.9 or 1.10? Or if we're going to continue the trend, are we going to have a 1.A? Oh my goodness. Okay, who's next? Scully. I keep hitting the sides of the bouncy balls. Ah, no Yushishi just... What? Why no Yushishi? Ah, again, bouncy ball, please. Okay, we did it. It was a 2 for 1. It's done. You're right, Mr. Scarday. Powered Up's boss teams, especially the warning one, they're separate. Or they should be separate. You asked, we listened. Every single boss from every classic game has been added. If they did that, that would be one of the most hype updates. Oh sure, many of the bosses wouldn't work in many different arenas, but then it'd be up to the level designers to find the stuff where it works the best. And yeah, one of the downsides of All for One is that it doesn't. The new objects that's added, the new level objects and gimmicks that have been added there, they don't quite have the same level of cross-object interaction that the objects in the base game have. None of them can be applied in the same way that Maker does, aka having a lot of inter-object interactions and meaningful inter-object interactions. Alright, let's do this. So the 22nd and final level of the stream is MMGO, or Mega Man Global Offensive Kabuto Man. Excuse me. So the 22nd and final level of the stream is Mega Man Great Offensive Kabuto Man, with 9 plays and a score of 1. Let's finish this off with a bang. As always, take one special weapon just to be safe. I see. In the final version, there will be custom music. Ending off with another forest level. Man, I can't emphasize enough how much I feel like the decorations and new background layer system is brilliant. It'll add a lot of life to the new stages. Now, previously mediocre or underwhelming background and foreground tile sets can be well furnished by combining them together. I still like Megamix over this, but this puts it closer to that. If anything, it also makes this a better tool for prototyping the final levels in Megamix. Hashtag looking really forward to episode 02. Hashtag episode 02 hype. Whoops. That's fine, it was a minor enemy. Kabuto Man was actually inspired by Max OKE's Kabuto Man, so with his song too. Up we go to the canopy. So shout out for him as well. Up it travels to the sky stage. Aesthetics were... wouldn't say aesthetics were the strong suit exactly. But with this update, definitely. Welp. I know I criticize Maker quite a bit. At the same time though, I need to praise it more often. I criticize it because I care, because I want this game to become better. And this is one of the updates that does make it better. On the front I usually don't care that much about, because if you know me, I usually care more about the gameplay, story, music, and then graphics. Well, aesthetics, then the graphics in that order. Like, graphics to me are kind of one of the least important aspects of creating a game or a level. They're still important, but they're behind the gameplay, story of They're behind the gameplay, story, music, and aesthetics. Background parallax scrolling next update. If we do, oh my goodness. We're gonna take the background layers to the next level. Okay, in comparison to something like, let's say, Mario Maker, Mega Man Maker has the ability to make every single stage unique graphically from one another. Yeah, I can see that. Thank you, Pickup, for eating that. And with this update, as I'm coming out like a broken record, even more so. There are so many tiles and backgrounds in Maker which allow for near endless variety combinations. Trillions of them, at the very least. One of the benefits of Mega Man having a lot of numbered titles, even if a lot of them feel like expansion pack sequels, they allow for expansion pack asset usage. With Mario Maker, you can make visual differences, but it's so much harder, and the amount of variety you have available to you, provided by the in-game editor, it pales in comparison to stuff you can do in Mega Man Maker. Absolutely pales. Like, they're in two different leagues. Not to mention, Mega Man Maker is far less restrictive of what assets allow. Excuse me. Not to mention that Mega Man Maker is far less restrictive in terms of what assets it allows you to place next to each other, without having to break out the cheating tools or what have you. or extraneous or extra mods. Like, you can pull off some really really awesome or really nasty combos fairly easily, whereas in Mario Maker, Nintendo would pretty much disallow it. Like, just one tile set and whatnot. Oh, I see. Right, you can still make pretty stuff, but there's a lot less overall stuff you can do with it. And as such, even the pretty stuff starts to look similar. Like, at least in Maker, you can make thousands upon thousands of levels, if not more, which are visually memorable and distinct from each other. Mario Maker, you have to do it on a more mechanical basis. Mario Maker definitely suffers from a lack of aesthetic assets, backgrounds, tile sets, etc. Not helped by the fact there's fewer number of 2D Mario games that they can pull from compared to 2D Mega Man games they can pull from. Oh yeah, how was it? As a fourth stage, it was decent. The last section with the X platforms over the pit was tricky, but it's still enjoyable. Wait, don't leave yet, Jaden. We didn't finish the art showcase. Like, it could be more, it could push with its gimmicks a bit more because this felt a bit basic, but then again, you said you wanted to go for a more basic pack, so I can't complain. Heck, if you really want to take your Mario making abilities further, use something like SMBX 2.0. Hang on while I get that started. Just tabulating the final results. So overall, of the 22 levels I covered in today's morning stream, all of them viewer submitted, my two favorites would be Aqua Battleship by Sunflora Zumaril and Explosive Fuse Factory by Lorenzo. Good job, you two. I couldn't pick one over the other because they were equally good. And thank you to everyone else who submitted your levels, especially the ones made at 1.9 and beyond. You showcased some of the new background asset, the new decoration and background layers fairly well. I can't wait to see how much further it's taken forwards. Also, special mention goes to Mission 1.9.0 as the honorable mention, for actually being a better level showcase than a bunch of the example levels. Like, even if I didn't exactly mention your list, thank you for being one of them. Like, I usually don't cover this many viewer submit levels per week. I usually just cover 8 or 10. This week I just almost hit the record. So, thank you everyone. Thank you for having mostly reasonably sized levels. So, with all of that said and done, it is time to do the art showcase. The logo / graffiti you saw during your trip in Mexico, through Mexico. Cool. From Dia Games. I want to see a Mega Man fan game made in this style. I get the 8-bit style is iconic and fairly one of the simpler ones to work with, but I want to see some designers take it further. I did. I remember watching that series growing up. Alright, all the masks they wore. And I remember in that season where they had to wear the masks. Or the Hanafuna masks. Oni masks, sorry. Deadly 6 redesigns. Oh gosh. This is Zavok becoming perfect Zavok or something. Dark Gaia Kaiju forms. Emzik, Zaz. Xena, who looks like a bee. Zor. Looks like the Frenzy Wisp, kind of. And Zomam, yeah. Imagine if there was a DLC in Sonic Frontiers where you fight them in this sort of kaiju form. Impressive. Even keeps their color aesthetics. Me and my wife in the Appalachian Mountains, spring 1982. Smoking. Let the suit echo in the pizza tower. Suit land musical. Nice combination of Pizza Tower with that one of those Precure series. I'll eventually sample that. Yeah, the Deadly 6, but they were actually super cool looking. Like many things in Sonic, huge missed opportunity. Ready for some War Machine? I think this piece explains itself. Fix some spots that he missed. Nicely done. And with that, this concludes the art showcase, and subsequently, this stream. Thank you to everyone who either submitted their levels, submitted their art, or simply participated in chat. It's due to your continued support why I continue to produce new content for the channel. It's really appreciated. So, if you're enjoying this or any other piece of content on the channel, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help it out. And don't forget to follow me on X, Mastodon, co-host, and Blue Sky as well, and join my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all soon.